everyone. Sonia Barrett here. Today I wanted to just talk a little bit about questioning everything, including the laws of physics. Now, I think that particularly in most religions, people are taught to not to question very much, but to really absorb and invest in or invest their belief in what they're told, what the minister says, or what the minister reads specifically from the Bible and interprets. And you've got to think where does that come from? Who has made up this rule that we don't question anything? What do they say? Don't question God. Don't question anything. You know, it's God's will. Don't question. Some things we're not supposed to know. Some things we're supposed to leave alone. Who came up with these rules? That's what I'm asking. And yeah, I know I go outside the box, beyond the box. There is no box. There is no spoon. Is that what they said in the Matrix? There is no spoon. It is you that bends. So anyway, I think that's something that really should be pondered for anybody who is right now very invested in any organization that really tells you not to question. Then you've got to look at it as well, because it can get a little tricky. Because while they might not say don't question, there is still this underlying, very nonverbal sense of your boundaries in terms of what you can question. Don't question who is God. Don't question any of that. And you've got to think, where did these rules and laws come from? And if you tell me, well, according to the Bible, then I'm going to say, were you there when they wrote down everything? Were you there when they interpreted content according to whether it be their own understanding at the time or according to what was necessary to, you know, leave out, or what was necessary to write in a way that would make it challenging to decode, to be misinterpreted? You have to understand, these are human beings, and human beings filter information, no matter how true that information is, will filter it through their own belief systems and their own limitations. So regardless of whatever it is, New Age or whatever the philosophy is, if you have a boundary on the latitude of that information, then perhaps you need to question that as well. Because it does, I could say the word backfire, but I don't know if I should really say that it backfires on you, because I think that there are no mistakes. And I think that everything that we experience is the result of something else, some other, could be behavior, something that needs to be worked out, whether it's, you come here on the planet and, boom, as a child, you're thrown into certain experiences. But the bottom line of it is that you have the ability to think and to question. And if you don't want to question, then you have to ask yourself, am I buying into this emotionally? Am I buying into this because it's more work for me to question? Or perhaps I'm afraid of what I will discover. Perhaps I'm afraid of just how much larger I am, how much bigger I am. Perhaps I'm afraid of taking on that kind of responsibility for my personal evolution, for my spiritual evolution, for my growth. Um, Perhaps there is fear of going against the grain. Perhaps there is fear of being different, of being isolated or restricted, or not belonging, or being exiled from whatever it is, whatever group, whatever society, whatever that idea of being exiled is. You have to question the fact that you don't want to question that deeply. And if you're deeply rooted in a belief where you could darn near want to kill somebody over, then you need to question that as well. There, everything should be questioned. And I say even the laws of physics, because what I realize is that our lives, our lives as we've been living it, or as we've been taught since birth, is a package of ideas and concepts about what reality is, what it should be, what it can be, and what your limitations are. That is a package that gets sold basically to pretty much everybody with variations of those boundaries. Some people may feel that, no, well, they haven't been given that many boundaries, but this stuff is just incredible as to how how you can be incorporated into certain models of operating without realizing, because within that model you may feel free, free based on the definition that you've been given of freedom. These are all subtle programmings as well, some very obvious and some very subtle, some very automatic. It's a given, and after a while, in some ways, we don't there doesn't have to be a direct intentional programming, because what, we pay attention to the collective, we watch the people around us, and the people around us, and the collective, as we as the collective is projected to us anyway, because since you can't see the whole world, images, pictures, videos, concepts through the media, through various means, are showing you, are sort of cementing the possibilities. You're seeing how people's lives are going, and that cements the boundaries, because they seem to be operating within the construct of, whether it be the laws of physics, or whether it be just general beliefs about birth to death. Everything around you keeps supporting those programs. So naturally, we're going to buy into them, as it must be so, because we don't see anybody else that is operating outside of the boundaries that we've been given. We don't really see people operating outside of any of those, again, of those programs and boundaries. Um, so many leaders that come in with phenomenal information about evolution, about what we can do, they leave the planet, they die. Um, and because that is all part of the program, we don't realize that there's some codes that need to be cracked. There are some codes that need to be cracked, because reality, I tell you, the program that we have, there is there is a latitude of options there that we feel that we have not been privy to, because it has not been encouraged in that manner. And obviously, yes, I understand more about me and my journey here on the planet. or in this particular experience. And, what I see is completely different than what most people see. What I know to be a possibility is probably very different than most people see as a possibility. What I know is happening outside of the spectrum of life as projected to us, I see something different. I see something very different. And this is not really completely it. This is not it. This is like a projection of a particular idea or concept of existence. There is more. There is more. So, again, I say to you, question everything. It is the questions and the desire to know that begins to take us beyond the projected reality, or the concept that we have programmed into us. So I think that ends that. But I want to remind you, my website is spiritinformed.com, www dot, which we don't have to say anymore, spiritinformed.com. And don't forget to check out the daily 5-minute reboot that I do. Those are really, I find them very interesting for me because they also push me. There's much latitude that comes from those videos for the subscribers that are watching these videos, and for me, because it forces me to engage, to hack into yet greater levels of decoding and remembering more than anything else. Also, I will be in New York again in June. Look on the website. Hope to see you there if you're in New York. And that's going to be, I believe, June 17th and 18th. So it's a Friday and Saturday in New York, but it's on the website, spiritinformed.com. And also, I am planning to put together, which I've never done before, but it'll be live. So if you're in Los Angeles, it'll work for you. I am planning to do a series, a live 4-part series, maybe, in reference to meditation, but from a different standpoint. The standpoint that for me, that I guess used, or that I wandered into back in 1992, when the veil just sort of was removed. And so if you're in Los Angeles and you're interested in attending, it's not on the website as yet, or by the time you see this, it probably will be, but do contact me. My email address will be right there below, soniabarr@yahoo.com. And you can also check the website because I'll probably put it up. But if you don't see it, email me, ask me about it. If there's enough people in Los Angeles that would like to do this, then we'll go for it. But I think it'll be really unique, interesting, and very exciting. So I believe that's it. So spiritinformed.com to find out anything else that you want to find out about. And the books, the holographic canvas, and a Journey of Possibilities. Journey of Possibilities, I never really promoted that really big because I had the film going on, so much going on. But the book, A Journey of Possibilities, is really an extension of the holographic canvas, and dives into even more information, which is a response I'm getting. It does take some things into a different direction as well. So I believe that's it. Until next time, have an incredible adventure questioning life.